Hello everyone, my name is Tom and I'm here to talk to you about 8 interesting facts about Beethoven that you might have not known. Number 1, no one is really sure about Beethoven's birth date. Although we celebrate 17th of December as the day he was born, he may have actually been born the day before or several days before. The 18th was just the day that he was baptized. No one really knows. He had to drop out of school to support his family. Beethoven's father pulled him out of school when he was only 10 years old. Having noticed his son's exceptional talent and intelligence, he hoped his talent would translate into monetary benefits. By the time he was a teenager, he had assumed full responsibility for his family. As a result, Beethoven's handwriting was so bad today, musicologists struggle to authenticate his signature. No one really knows why he lost his hearing. No one is entirely sure why he began to lose it. But he suffered from a severe form of tinnitus, which meant he heard a severe ringing in his ears. An autopsy after his death in 1827 reported he had distended inner ear that had developed lesions over time. Number 4, he composed his most celebrated works after he went deaf. As a result of his hearing loss, Beethoven withdrew from conducting and performing to focus on his compositions. This made him feel lonely and isolated, as his journals revealed, but it was these later compositions that are so famous today. His famous Ninth Symphony being played for the first time in Vienna 3 years before he died. He was unlucky in love. Beethoven's love life was complicated by the class system of early 19th century Vienna. He first fell in love with a young countess called Julie in 1801, but could not marry her because he was a commoner. A few years later, he met and fell in love with Josephine Brunswick after he began giving her piano lessons in 1799. She later married a count who died in 1804, and she could not marry Beethoven for fear of losing custody of her aristocratic children. He wrote her at least 15 passionate love letters during his life, and she is believed to be the mystery recipient of his famous 1812 Immortal Beloved love letter. Number 6. He had an alcohol problem. He was once arrested for being a tramp by an unsuspecting policeman who didn't recognize him. After his death in 1827, his autopsy revealed a shrunken liver due to cirrhosis. Number 7. He had a hot temper. Beethoven admired the ideals of the French Revolution, so he dedicated his Third Symphony to Napoleon Bonaparte until Napoleon declared himself emperor. Beethoven then sprung into a rage, ripped the front page from his manuscript, and scrubbed out Napoleon's name. Some modern reproductions of the original title page have scrubbed out Napoleon's name to create a hole for authenticity's sake. His unusual rhythms may have been the result of his heart condition. The researchers examined the rhythmic patterns of a number of Beethoven's compositions for clues of this condition, and indeed found that the rhythms of certain sections of his famous works reflect the irregular rhythms of cardiac arrhythmia. When your heart beats irregularly from heart disease, it does so in some predictable patterns, Howell said in a written statement. We think we hear some of these same patterns in his music. And these have been 8 interesting facts about Beethoven that you may not have known. Thank you.